Ryse Son of Rome originally began life as a Kinect game on the Xbox 360, then was retooled for the Xbox One and eventually PC. It's no doubt one of the best looking games and shows off the power of the new CryEngine 4. However, beauty is skin deep and the gameplay fails to reach the same heights as the game's visual presentation.
Had it been any later, you might have missed out on all the fun.
The story of Ryse takes place during ancient Rome and follows a general known as Marius who leads the Roman army against a group of barbarians. The story isn't the greatest tale ever told in the video game, but a lot of work has gone into the cutscenes, with incredible motion capture and an amazing cast of English actors delivering a film-like performance. It truly feels like I'm watching a movie with the experience being complemented by the amazing orchestral soundtrack.
And out here! We are Rome!
Crytek has a history of making beautiful games, and Ryse is no exception. Aside from some slightly jerky character animations during combat, the visuals in this game are jaw-dropping. I often find myself just stopping to admire the graphics and analyze every little detail. It's basically a buffet for graphic snobs.
If it's blood you want, I promise I will give you as much as you can handle.
Unfortunately, Crytek didn't put the same amount of work into the gameplay as they did with the visuals. At its core, Ryse Son of Rome is a hack and slash game in its most basic form. You attack, dodge, counter, then execute your enemies. Once you experience the first fight, you have seen everything the fights will offer throughout the 5-hour campaign. Now to be fair, this game isn't a mindless button masher. You do have to pay attention to your surroundings or else you'll be dead in just a few seconds. The game also has a neat idea where you can select the perk for executing an enemy, like additional experience or replenishing your health.
I promised you blood, didn't I?
The problem with the game is it lacks variation and only offers a roster of 4 enemy types, ones with shields, ones without shields, ones that perform unblockable attacks, and ones that perform free swipes. The bosses fail to break up the repetition and repeat the same attacks over and over during the whole encounter. When you deliver enough damage to an enemy, you can perform an execution by following the color prompts with the buttons on your controller. The game also has a limit breaker that freezes time and lets you freely wail on your enemies. Sadly, the upgrade system doesn't expand the combats in any meaningful way. The upgrades only increase your stats and add new animations for the executions. You pretty much use the same shield and sword throughout the whole campaign without any alternative weapons. Ryse attempts to break the combat with shooting sequences and scenes where you command a squad, but just like the combat, the mechanics are just too simple. Outside the story mode, there's a 2-player online co-op mode, but suffers the same problems as the single-player campaign. It just lacks nuance.
Command you! Your victory, your honors, Centurion.
At once, sir.
I've been rather negative towards Ryse Son of Rome, and I don't want to write the game off as a disaster because it's obvious Crytek put a lot of work into the game. There's no bugs, glitches, or any glaring issues. The graphics are amazing, the cutscenes are gorgeous, and the gameplay is functional. The problem is the lack of variation makes the game a real grind for me. Ryse clearly has its fans. If you think the game looks cool, you might actually enjoy it if you keep your expectations low.